Calm down, this is coffee. Sometimes I need it when a movie bores me to sleep.
Here's the thing. I disliked this one. I'm looking at my watch and we're 30 minutes in and I'm like, I hate this.
This is a very committee-safe movie. There's battle sequences, and there's not a drop of blood, and everyone's speaking English.
The scenery looked great when you couldn't tell that it was a green screen and or CGI. And as soon as you could. I was like, man, among your 5-month hiatus, did you not have the time to finish the CGI? Okay.
It's like a Bollywood film. Like you mentioned, this kind of looks like Bollywood, but if you took all the dance sequences out, if you took all the music out, and you took all the heart out.
Yeah.
So basically everything that makes the Bollywood films great, and you're left with this.
There's no real emotion to it. It's just like a Hallmark card that says you can do whatever you want and follow your dreams. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Basically, Disney does exactly what you think Disney would do for the live-action Mulan. It's as simple as I can put it.
Ooh-wee, you just hate to see it. And I thought that bending the knee to the Chinese censorship would have turned out better for Disney. Instead, worldwide boycotts, terrible user reviews, and one overwhelming word to describe the film. Boring. You know what's not boring? It's your boy. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, it's your boy, Raid Shadow Legends. You can find me in-game as Colt's dad. Now, you've heard me advertise Raid Shadow Legends before, but there are a couple of interesting facts that I like to share with you about the game and why I like it. Raid has over 450 unique champions, and every single one is fully animated with the help of their in-house motion capture studio. Mocap is how they get all those super fluid movements and attacks you see in-game. Look, I spent a lot of time leveling up my champions, and there are several that I really enjoy. First of all, the Demon Spawn, epic. I just got Zana level 20. I've also been playing it with this Shaman from the Orcs for a very long time as well. And of course, one of the OGs that I have, Cal level 30. I can't get away from this War Priest either, but I have an absolutely massive roster, and it's just barely touching what you can do in the game, and then you can customize each and every one of them over here. So what's new for Raid in September 2020? Raid just released a huge Champions update, tweaking and rebalancing over 20 different champions to make PvP arena battles even more competitive. Now you can support my channel by using the link in the description or in the pinned comment to download Raid Shadow Legends absolutely free. If you're a new player, you also get 100,000 silver, 3 ancient shards, and 1 energy refill, and a free champion, the Executioner. You'll also find extra rewards right here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. So hop into Raid Shadow Legends, look me up, I'm Colt's dad, support the channel, play the game, it's free. Let's get on with the video. Hop in, find me, my username's Colt's dad. I love to play with you, give the game a try, it supports the channel, and it's fun. Now, the user reviews are coming in for Mulan amidst worldwide boycotts. If we take a look at just a couple of the reasons why, if you remember, one of the biggest things you notice when you download this film and watch it is there's no Mushu. There's no comedic relief in it. I mean, and it's very obvious. Now, if you remember way back, maybe it's February, March, April, Disney had decided to remove Mushu, Eddie Murphy's voiced character, because, well, obviously, Mushu is a beloved character, one of the most memorable of the animated film. It turns out that the traditional Chinese audience did not particularly think it was the best interpretation of the dragon in their culture. That the dragon is a sign of respect and strength and power, and sort of using it as a silly sidekick did not play well with the traditional Chinese audience. That's why they removed Mushu. And look, hey, cool. Disney makes movies for China now. That's cool. Just remember that here in the West, right? When you want to go see a film, if it came out of Disney, They're more concerned what the traditional Chinese viewer thinks of the film than anybody else. And that's fine. They can be the Disney CCP film company. That's fine by me. Now we know. And with the release of the film, we've seen renewed boycotts. Why are people boycotting Mulan? The highly anticipated, not really, live-action remake of Mulan was finally released today, but Disney is already facing a boycott controversy over comments made by the lead actress, who plays Mulan. Hong Kong activist Joshua Wong has called for a boycott of the film, following quotes from her in support of the police in the ongoing pro-democracy protests. Hong Kong's police force have been accused of terrible things. Well, yeah, I mean, she's a Chinese shill. Everybody knows that. I think that I have a shred of understanding why, because I'm sure that if she doesn't, she'll just get disappeared. But make no mistake about it, just like Blizzard had their little Hearthstone China comments, these comments are basically written by the Chinese government. Now, during a time of unrest in 2019, the Chinese-born actress, who is an American citizen, you left China to enjoy democracy, but then you still spoke out against Hong Kong wanting peace. I support the Hong Kong police. You could all attack me now. What a shame for Hong Kong. As everyone of the pro-democracy movement's prominent activists, Wong has called for everyone who believes in human rights to hashtag boycott Mulan. Look, there's two reasons now. If you don't want to give Disney money because they're making creative decisions on what the audience in China thinks, that's a great reason. Two, if you support democracy, you support Hong Kong's right to be a sovereign nation, that's another great reason. The film released today, Wong tweeted, but because Disney kowtows to Beijing and because of Lao Yifei, I skipped it a couple times, I knew I'd mispronounce it, openly and proudly endorses the behavior in Hong Kong from the police, I urge everyone who believes in human rights to boycott Mulan. Actually, let's just help him out a little bit. He added in follow-up tweets, she is not the victim, somehow caught in a geopolitical crossfire. Neither is she an icon of feminism if she ignores the suffering of female protesters. She's instead an icon of authoritarianism, willfully betraying the values of Hollywood, the values Hollywood purports to champion. Newsweek contacted Wong for comment. The response to Wong's tweet has seen the hashtag boycott Mulan widely shared on Twitter. The character of Mulan, a brave heroine who fights for her country, has become something of a symbol for the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong. Following her arrest, activist Ang Chow was dubbed by her supporters as the real Mulan. And as you would expect, every single major Mulan thread on Twitter is littered with people pushing back against the film. And I don't know if Disney stopped or not, but they were promoting the Mulan movie hashtag on Twitter, and I wonder if they were getting so much backlash that they actually stopped it. Because now what's number one trending, at least for me, is why protesters are calling for a boycott of Mulan following the film's release. Absolutely, you should boycott this film, even if you don't care about the Hong Kong censorship. I mean, the Hong Kong or the censorship issues. Because $30 on top of already paying for a monthly subscription for Disney Plus is absurd. $30 on top of paying whatever Disney Plus is a month, $8 a month. So you're going to charge $30 on top of that. Do you think people are having like viewing parties with like 25 people over to watch it? I suppose that's the only way that this would make financial sense. And if you look at the audience score, it's creeping up a little bit. Now it's back up to 43 now. There's not a lot of audience reviews here. And it's interesting to me because normally you're not supposed to be able to leave a review unless you can prove that you purchased it or you had to buy a ticket. through the Fandango app. So I don't know if Disney is just letting anybody review it or not at this point. They have none featured, but you see a lot of bots in here. Any critic who doesn't like this version is assumed to be paid off by the scorned movie theater industry. Don't listen to that poison. This movie was an instant classic. So Angry Joe and Jeremy Jans must have got a big check from the angry film industry. All of these fives are flowing in. Waste of $30. These Disney animation adaptations are so lifeless and boring. You should not miss this movie. The main actress is excellent. Love this version of Mulan so much. My whole family enjoys watching it together. 5 stars. Now I don't want to be that guy and say, fake reviews, but they read like fake. 2H. Great movie and performance. As a daughter, a woman, a warrior, loyal, brave, true, and filial. Filial. A father's love for his daughter and Mulan's love for her family are very touching. There's a lot in it. The Phoenix was actually quite an interesting change. Love it. You know why I think this is a fake review? Because, oh my God, I could do a whole second video on just these fake reviews. Notice how they purposely brought up the Phoenix, which, in case you didn't know, obviously, I talked about it earlier, they removed Mushu. And they also made the movie 30 minutes longer and incredibly boring and turned Mulan into a ridiculous Mary Sue by removing all of her training and things like that. But nonetheless, oh yeah, they don't call them Mongols either. They changed that name. There's so much censorship and so much bull. But anyway, they went out of their way to reference the Phoenix, which is essentially just a waypoint locator in a video game. It flies in the general direction where Mulan needs to, where you need to go. That's what they replaced Mushu with in some people's words. And it's funny that they're like trying to squash that criticism by bringing up how amazing the Phoenix was. Mulan live action remake is surely a successful, brilliant, and most importantly, epic movie. Nobody writes like this. Nobody writes like this. In this film, the actress, a very stunning actress that beguiles my heart, interprets Mulan in a perfect way. She has her maturity of being a warrior to lead the army, protect her family, and then fight for her kingdom, and at the same time remains her inner innocence to love her family and friends. Many thanks to the director, who has bring the most beautiful part of Lao, Liu, and Mulan to the audience. And thanks to the whole crew to present a superb adaptation that not only honors the animation, but digs its own depth of female power. That's not a human. These are all bot reviews. This is how somebody really reads. Writes, dang, this whole movie was so boring, and the CGI, Disney, you had 5 months to get the CGI right. And you didn't even do that. Do not watch. For all the reasons listed before, among others, skip this movie. It was terrible, and it's receiving all the backlash it deserves. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.